Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to really shock the audience by delivering many different twists and turns, as well as surprises in the film that's really going to change how we view the Star Wars franchise as a whole, and what J.J. Abrams plans to do with this movie is really going to change how we view the prequels and the originals, so it's all a matter of how they're going to organize this into the film that will make it resonate with fans. Now, on top of all of this, you guys may recall that just a couple of days ago was D23, a big day for Star Wars overall, and as well as everything related to Disney. And with that being said, J.J. Abrams was able to talk a lot more about the Rise of Skywalker and answer a lot of questions related to Kylo Ren, Rey, Palpatine, and even, of course, General Leia Organa, portrayed by Carrie Fisher. This is what he's had to actually say over at D23. The character of Leia is really, in a way, the heart of this story. When we were talking about this story, we realized we could not possibly tell the end of these 9 films without Leia. Now, that's what Abrams said, of course, during D23. He goes on to state, "We realized we could use it in a way so Carrie as Leia gets to be in the film," he said, when using the unused footage. She was almost sort of supernaturally witty and magical in a way, while she was filming the actual movies The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, that they were able to use in order to pretty much bring her back into The Rise of Skywalker. So, with that being said, this confirms that Leia is indeed going to be a major role in Episode 9. She's not going to be a cameo. She's not going to have a small role in the story. J.J. Abrams said it right there, that she is the heart of this story. Very similar to how it was treated with, of course, Han Solo in The Force Awakens, how he was the center of the story and the main legacy character. Now we're getting that, of course, with General Leia Organa having a real big influence on the characters in Star Wars Episode 9. Now, in case you guys did not know, Leia views Poe Dameron as her surrogate son, and that's exactly what she views him as in, of course, the Poe Dameron comics. I don't know if you guys read those comics throughout the year of 2018. Last year, amazing comic line, I gotta say, because it also fills in the gaps in between The Last Jedi and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. So we got a little glimpse of Leia in the new teaser trailer of Episode 9 that aired over at D23 and was eventually shared out to the public. And what we were able to see was, of course, exactly what they were able to do with the unused footage from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, and as well as really incorporating some CGI outfits onto Leia in order to really make her appear differently in Episode 9. So, like I say, Carrie Fisher, amazing person, an amazing actress. You know, if it weren't for her, we wouldn't have Star Wars for what it really is. Without the princess, you wouldn't have Luke and Han trying to save the princess, you know, and so on and so forth. So, Leia really was a big part of the original trilogy, and she's going to once again be a big part of The Rise of Skywalker, which is great. So, you know, I think that when we look at The Rise of Skywalker overall, a lot of fans are just very, very cautious about how they're going to approach this film after the backlash of The Last Jedi. Obviously, a lot of people were very unhappy with how that movie was done by director Rian Johnson, Disney, and Lucasfilm, though some people did enjoy it, which is fine. Everybody has their own opinion, but there was a big percentage of the fan base that just had a massive issue with that movie. So this film really does have to get things right. It really does have to be organized and executed in a very specific and satisfying way to the audience, to the point where it's really going to resonate with fans and leave the fans talking about this movie for years on end. Now, I think that Leia could have been used better in The Last Jedi. I think the thing that really kind of just got to me in a bad way was when she was flown out to space out of the Radish ship, and she was just floating there, and she was able to pull herself back into the ship. To me, I think that just did not feel right. I think that the fact that they shot nice flashback scenes for The Rise of Skywalker, especially a special moment between, of course, Luke and Leia, and how Luke is going to teach Leia about the ways of the Force and the Jedi and all that kind of, you know, stuff in the mythology of Star Wars, that to me sounds more true coming from J.J. Abrams than what was done in The Last Jedi, of Leia using, force pull in order to get back into the Radish ship in the middle of space. That to me just didn't really come off right. It just didn't seem right. So Leia is going to be treated in a more realistic sense in this film, where we're going to learn about her life in between the events of episodes 6 and 7, and what she's going to be like during the events of episode 9. My only fear is, of course, what will the fate of Leia really be? Is she going to die? Is she going to live on? Is she going to have maybe perhaps a unexplained ending where we're going to leave ourselves wondering, did she die or did she live? Hopefully it's not going to be the case in that scenario. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.